You should absolutely trade Tobias Harris. You should trade Tobias Harris pretty much right now.
Run it back, Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros.
Tobias Harris, another super efficient game. 10 for 18 from the field, 3 for 7 from 3, 24 points, 10 rebounds. I always look at rebounds with Tobias Harris. There's a lot of games in his career. He's 6'8". There's a lot of games in his career where you get 2, you get 3 rebounds, and I don't like that. I feel like that rebound stat always exemplifies your effort level. I feel like if you're 6'8" and athletic like Tobias Harris is, and he finishes with 3-4 rebounds, then he just wasn't being aggressive enough, period, throughout the game. And I didn't look at the exact stats of some of the other games that I missed a couple of days ago, Wednesday and then Saturday, I think. But 10 rebounds in this game tells me that Tobias Harris was being active, was being aggressive. I feel like he's getting more arc on his jump shot, too. Is that a thing? Am I the only one that feels that way about Tobias Harris right now? I feel like he's getting more arc on the three-pointer. I feel like he's releasing it higher and getting better arc on the ball. Am I the only one noticing that? He's really confident shooting the 3 lately. This whole season, really trying to be that stretch 4, trying to fit in, next to James Harden, next to Joel Embiid, next to everybody, trying to be that player that the Sixers need to fit. Hey, man, thank you for joining the No Fraud Zone. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think Tobias has been doing great this whole season in trying to play that role. But then when Maxey and Harden go out and Embiid goes out for 4 games, Tobias really took on more of a scoring load and started to get back to, his LA Clipper kind of days, his Detroit Pistons kind of days, where he got a lot of buckets in the paint. He fished out, he searched out a lot of mismatches, pinpointed certain players to get switches, backing down point guards, things like that, turnaround jumpers, turnaround hook shot, little floaters in the lane. Tobias has been huge lately. Does that mean we should not trade Tobias Harris? Absolutely not. That is not what that means. You should absolutely trade Tobias Harris. You should trade Tobias Harris pretty much right now. Because I don't think Tobias Harris's trade value has been this high since he's been in a Sixers uniform. And the reason you should trade Tobias Harris is because you can't have you have to, the people that come at me saying I'm wrong about this, you have to understand fit on a basketball team. There's Tyrese Maxey, there's James Harden, there's Joel Embiid. You simply cannot have this version of Tobias Harris when all of those guys are healthy. You can't. He's not going to get in the lane so much. He's not going to fish out mismatches and ISOs. This version of Tobias Harris is a version that another team could possibly take advantage of. We're only getting this version of Tobias Harris because those guys aren't here. I'm just saying, when Tyrese, James, and Joel are fully healthy, Tobias Harris might be good enough to put up 24 points in an NBA game, but you're not going to get that from him with those 3 guys on the floor. Unless Doc Rivers gets real creative. Unless Doc Rivers gets real creative with some staggering. Which, when has Doc Rivers been real creative? I'm just saying, Daryl. Think about trading Tobias Harris, man. Just think about it. His value is very high right now. I know you guys said that I was crazy for saying I would trade Tobias Harris for John Collins. The only reason I'm saying it is because of fit. And I'm going to say it again. And even in this game, John Collins didn't put up 24 like Tobias Harris did. But when you're talking about fit next to James Harden, you always got to think about our healthy roster. When you're talking about fit next to Tyrese Maxey, James Harden, and Joel Embiid, I would rather my power forward be an athletic rebounding shot blocker who can kind of stretch the floor than somebody like Tobias Harris who needs the ball in his hands and is more of a scorer and not so much a defender or a rebounder. That's all I'm saying. John Collins in this game, 13 points, 8 rebounds, 4 blocks. I'm not saying he's better than Tobias Harris. He's not a better basketball player than Tobias Harris. I just think he would fit more perfectly on this Sixers team when healthy than Tobias Harris does. That's the only reason I say that. There's no way that you can tell me that PJ Tucker is giving you more than Matisse Thybulle is giving you right now. And I know I went this whole summer saying you need to trade Matisse Thybulle, and I thought you needed to trade Matisse Thybulle because I thought he had trade value because he's an amazing defender. I just didn't really think he had any damn offense whatsoever. I've been seeing more offensive, a little bit more of a bag, more offensive skill. I've been seeing a little bit more from Matisse Thybulle on the offensive end than I've seen from him in his short career so far. I'm seeing a little bit more confidence when he catches the ball on the offensive side. He's not hesitating to shoot when he's wide open from three. And tonight you saw him catch the ball, shot clock running down, pump fake, drive with the left, and finish with the left-handed floater off the glass. So somebody needs to explain to me, because Matisse Thybulle's defense blows PJ Tucker out of the water. We're not even going to go there. And PJ's a good defender for his size. Still at 37 years old. But Matisse Thybulle is so good defensively on the perimeter. Nobody can tell me that PJ Tucker right now is giving you more than Matisse Thybulle. So why in this game, when you watched the Sixers be down 16 points in the second quarter, you put Matisse Thybulle in the game, you watched all of the energy change, you watched Trae Young's confidence go out the window, the whole game changed. And the Sixers ended the half on a 15-4 run with Matisse Thybulle in the game, and it doesn't show up in the box score, but it's just the pressure he puts on ball handlers on the perimeter. So why, when you watched him change the game right there, and you've seen PJ Tucker do basically nothing for how many games in a row now, why would we go with PJ Tucker down the stretch in this game? I don't understand. Those are the little things that I just don't understand. And the only thing I can think of is Doc Rivers is just going to play the more experienced player in the game, no matter what you do. I just don't get it recently. I don't know. I think you got to end the game with Matisse Thybulle right there. I really do. I might be crazy for saying that. I just think Thybulle, PJ Tucker's defense, Thybulle wins by a mile. Thybulle, PJ Tucker's offense, it might just be even. They might be equally bad offensively, but you're getting way more athleticism and defense from the other guy. That's all I'm saying.
Run it back, Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros.